generally the isolation facilities do not allow crossing over of patients.
On Thursday last week, Dr. Jane Ruth Acheng, the health minister, told journalists in Kampala that several locations have been identified to work as isolation centers for Ebola patients and suspected patients. She said the centers are at Mulago Referral Hospital and Entebbe Hospital. She said they are waiting for the passing of a supplementary budget of 56 billion Ugandan shillings by Parliament to facilitate efforts to stop the spread of Ebola.
Yes, the response plan was costed at 76 billion for a period of 3 months. Government of Uganda put $6 million through the Ministry of Health. And yes, we are waiting for the balance of the money, the 56 billion.
However, some members of parliament have questioned purpose of the supplementary budget.
When we pass a budget of 48 trillion shilling, government is allowed to spend an extra 3% without parliamentary approval to deal with emergencies. Unfortunately, government usually uses that money on issues that are not of urgent nature. And then when they have issues of urgent nature, then they come and begin blackmailing Parliament. Because before finance returns to Parliament, has the 3% that government is allowed to spend without parliamentary approval been exhausted? Even within the ministry, because you see, the Ministry of Health's budget, apart from the government budget, is also a forecast, because we may not know how many people will fall sick in a year. So the money we provide, if you have Ebola and you have less malaria, it means you move money with the approval of Minister of Finance and Parliament, meant to do other things, and then you deal with Ebola.
But before they come for the next batch of money, we should know how much money they took and of what, how has it been used. We must have value for money. We give you this, you want more balance, but first the money is which we gave you first. You need to account for it so that it can be justifiable to give you the next batch. We cannot just approve money when we have not seen what it has done.
Ronald Balimwezo Nsubuga, the Nakawa East MP, says the supplementary budget is suspicious, saying it could be diverted or swindled.
I think that's a lot of money. We should work ways of making sure that we trace part of that money to make sure that we sensitize our population. We don't need that much. We need to procure protective gear for our people. We should sensitize the VHTs using that money. But it's too much for it to be expended on Ebola alone.
On Thursday, the Ministry of Health announced the outbreak of Ebola in 3 schools in Lubaga Division, and a few days later, a circular was issued to all schools banning visitation days.
Yes, it is very important that we should have that sense of responsibility and sense of belonging. Most people don't care. You find a person is sick, he has not known what he's suffering from, but he just moves around. He gets a taxi, borders, goes to a family, goes to a shrine, goes to where, before even establishing what he's suffering from.
It's more than a month since the pandemic broke out in Muvende and Kasanda district. More than 100 people have been affected. Martha Amanya, CTV, PM Edition.